Hi guys, it's Michele and welcome to War Thunder. Yes, this is one of the games that I play when I'm not playing World Tanks or Armored Warfare. When I'm chilling out, I use this thing, or World of Warships, or even League of Legends, but though I'd said somewhere before, I'm not very good with it. Don't run away from the channel yet. I know I might be boring sometimes, but let me just explain how the game works for you that like arcade-ish kind of battles, like Armored Warfare and WoT Tanks. This game is based around a system that's not hitboxes like HP values. You don't have HP over here. HP is mostly arcade-ish stuff. Over here you have something like arcade mode, which allows you to better aim, or actually allows you to see how the game is working with the indicators, shell drop and all that info that you don't have in realistic or simulator battles. This game though isn't much realistic. It nails most of the realism, sometimes it drops it for the gameplay or sake of the gameplay, but the game itself is decent. And it's a good change of pace after a couple of days of Armored Warfare or WoT Tanks. So War Thunder for me is mostly is a game of aircraft combat, but sometimes I use even tanks in this game, just for the change of pace. And now, what we see is actually that you need to use a lot of Mark 1 eyeball over here to spot your enemies and accordingly choose your approach. I'm not a very good tank player in this game, but what I found about this game is actually that it rewards the people who are cunning, people who are watching the map, people who know the map and who know their tanks are dominating this game more than anyone else. And as you see, a bit of shell drop, so I need to aim my gun a bit up and manage to kill one of the enemy players actually this time, because you have a mixture of enemy players and enemy AI. Of course the players are much more dangerous and you get much more rewards for killing those things. And as you see over here, your models can be damaged, your crew can be injured, so basically if your critical modules are damaged or all of your crew is killed, you basically lose your tank. But you can respawn I think 2 times maximum, and in realistic mode you can use aircraft and tanks in combination. And it's based around points. You can argue, is it balanced, is it unbalanced? I'm not so much of a veteran that I can argue over details. But I can say that there is the options for using aircraft and the tanks according to your damage destruction, according to your kill assists, according to your own activity in the game. You get those points inside the same match and they allow you to spawn in another tank or another vehicle that you have prepared in your garage. This is how the realistic system works. In full real battle, you don't have almost any of the indicators and you have only one tank, one life. In arcades, you are limited up to 3 spawns and you can use variety of systems, and the gameplay is much more faster than this. But in this gameplay you need to know about stuff like gun depression, which I'm gonna find out hard way. And you're gonna have a lot of game stuff like camping, ambushing, flanking, and all that accompanied with a weak spot knowledge is what you need actually to be very good in this game. Also don't forget to use your binos from time to time, not just peek through the gun scope. And be aware of your surroundings, because I wasn't aware of over here. I was too focused on this guy, he damaged me quite hard. My gunner was down, my turret ring was damaged, I cannot go vertically to aim my turret, and this is when I get my second hit on my tank from the top of the castle, and because I cannot get my gun on him, he has an easy kill on me. So beware, camping sometimes and making ambushes in this game is much more successful kind of gameplay rather than rushing. And we're gonna use another reserve tank. Actually, we're gonna use another reserve tank to show you what I'm gonna do. And that is trying to surprise my enemy. As I see you on the map, there are a lot of enemy activity on the middle of this castle. Now, when you're going to surprise someone, you need to be with a couple of more tanks and split the enemy attention. If you have an ally that's covering you and you are covering your ally, you're gonna own this game. Be aware, if you manage to get one-shot kills, even that's even better. That's even one of the finest kind of gameplay that's being rewarded in this ground forces mode. Be aware not to flip your tank or to run at high speeds at rocks or trees with your lightly armored vehicle, because believe it or not, those things can kill your crew. I managed to derp myself quite some in some situations where I managed to kill my whole crew by simply ramming a tree with a BT-7. Of course, I was going about 80 km per hour, and it was considered a major crash, and I lost my crew. Get it? Or imagine you're gonna ram an enemy tank. In raw tanks and armored warfare, you're gonna have that ramming damage, but here, if you're, let's say, a lightly armored tank, you're gonna lose your crew. You're gonna lose your crew no matter if you're a heavy tank or a lightly armored tank, because at least you're gonna injure your crew and reduce their effectiveness. So keep in mind when you are gonna ram something, use your gun, use a machine gun. Yeah, you can use a machine gun as well. You can use your secondary guns if you have another turret on your tank. So use your guns and your penetration of your shells to destroy the enemies. Of course, with the new patch, there is the rocket system that's added. So they are rocket tanks. Be careful, they are deadly in the right hands, but any tank in this game is deadly. And I'm gonna show you. I'm a noob for this kind of vehicle fighting. Of course, excluding that I'm playing mostly planes and that I'm playing arcade games like World Tanks and Armored Warfare. What I like about this thing is that you can own the enemy even with a weaker machine, providing that they are not paying attention to you. And it's much more satisfying than World Tanks or Armored Warfare. And I'm going to show you why and how, especially in this little engagement. And let's just spoil it a bit, we're gonna make some carnage. On the right side, when you fire a gun, you get the little indicator above your enemy target. White's purple, don't know, I'm experimenting with colors to see how much of you find this easier as color-blind viewers. And I'm trying to get the enemy on fire. First shot's only little bit damage his ammo rack, second shot sets him on fire, third shot finish off all of his crew. Finished, that's one BT-5 down. And I was lucky, and I said before, you need your allies to help you out, then Panzer 38 can easily defeat me, but my ally helped me out and destroyed it. As you see over there, thank you. And now, when your allies are now in the middle of the troubles, and they are prime targets for the enemy, go around, flank the enemy, use the surprise on them. As you can see, there is another enemy tank, aim a bit, get him first time, damage his engine, go around him while he's busy repairing his engine, and finish him off. That's my fourth kill on the enemy T-60. As you see over there, we found another enemy tank, but it's a bit tricky to get him. Unless he helps us out with moving his tank right in front of our gun. He goes a bit forward, gives us a great shot on his tank, and that's my fifth kill. Yeah, when your allies are drawing attention of the enemy in this game, it's much more satisfying than real tanks or armored warfare, because in armored warfare you need a couple of shots to get someone and you need to draw the HP down. Over here don't have any HP. Over here, once you manage to get the shots on the enemy which are gonna penetrate, you're gonna own them, definitely. You can call it the RT. You cannot call the RT. Actually, there is no thing as an RT class in this game. You're calling the field artillery, as it's being called on me, and I need to get the heck out of here. Once I get the warning, I have a couple of seconds to move my tank before the ranging shots come in and the bombardment comes in. About the artillery, their precision, I'm gonna talk in another video with the skills and stuff. And now, as I said before, Mark 1 eyeball is your biggest friend in this game. Be careful when calling the RT, not to call it, don't call it on your own forces. And I right now call the enemy RT on a couple of the enemy tanks that are just in front of their spawn points. Also, you cannot call the RT on the enemy spawn point. And you have two bases, as you see over here. Your goal is to keep them. Once you lose your base, you lost the game. If both of the bases are... Let me just kill one of the enemy tanks, then I'm gonna explain to you. Enemy noticed me, I noticed him, and I'm just a bit faster, so I destroy his engine. Second shot, try to still keep him on fire. And my third shot goes into his turret and destroys its crew. So that's my 6th kill of the game. And holding the bases, actually, when I was talking before, is crucial. Once you lose your base, you lose your bar on the top and you lose the game. So be aware of that. So right now I'm gonna cap the enemy base, they're trying to cap ours, so we are still in a draw. We are still equal. But once the other side fails in the capturing of the base, the other side, let's say, succeed in that, or succeed destroy the enemy tanks, they win. And speaking about the guy that destroyed me in the start, yeah, there he is, still camping in one spot. Now, at the moment I'm trying to extinguish my fire, hoping that my crew will extinguish it, and they managed to do that. Start repairing and reloading to get the shot before the enemy does. And that's the Avenger. Eye for an eye, and my 7th kill. So, not bad at all, even if I do say so myself. 7 kills, and that's a good stuff. And now when you are, say, camping the enemy base or capturing the enemy base, remember what I said before, you can use your aircraft as well in realistic battles. And having a bomber on your head is a very bad stuff. And getting hit by a bomb is a very bad stuff. So be aware of that. So when you're camping, you're actually telling the bombers, okay, I'm here, come and bomb my ass. And that's not very healthy. So I'm circling around with the camera to look where the enemies are. You can do another... Sorry, microphone fell. You can do another small stuff which... Oh no, it's okay. You can do another small stuff with the guarding of your own base or the enemy base is the spawn camping. Spawn camping is the not so great, not so sportsmanship way to actually win the game, because you are waiting for your enemies to be helpless and get them while they are trying to look around or trying to figure out where the heck they are. And that's a bit of a bummer, which I think needs to be rectified with some gameplay changes, but that's all to be talked in another video, of course. So at the moment is a situation where you actually need to be very careful at the start of the game, and that starting advantage can pay off pretty easily as the game goes by. And ooh, that was close. And you can also shoot down the enemy aircraft with your machine guns or with your cannon, though the cannon shots are rare. But when you are in the tank, leave your AAA guns, which I said before, you have anti-aircraft guns in this game, and this is why you have them. Because people can go with the aircraft in realistic battle. You cannot use those aircraft in the full real battle. Because you have only one machine, and that's the machine that you go in with. And I'm camping the enemy base, checking out the stuff, but somehow the enemy managed to, as you can see, destroy me. And he destroyed me as I was about to cap his base. He lost, but he fought to the very end. So I can say it was a good game. Yeah, a bit long one. Games in War Thunder last a bit longer than World Tanks or Armed Warfare. That's why I'm reluctant to every time narrate this stuff. Because they can last from 7 up to 15 minutes. And this is how it goes. So, not a bad accomplishment from me and my team. Bunch of medals, bunch of kills, bunch of credits. Well, even on the little reserve tanks. Yeah, I'm not very much playing. I'm not playing so much the tank combat as I'm playing the aircraft combat, but I invite you all to try out this little tank combat. So what can I say? Like if you do, I hope I wasn't boring. I hope none of you already run out to the other channel. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.